I got it. We're in here now.
All right, nice.
And so who do we have in the red
and
corner?
Mortal is rocking. All right, in the red corner, we've got David rocking the gray shorts. In the blue corner, we got Mortal rocking the purple shorts. Ironically, David being the taller fighter here, kind of towering as a Goliath. Let's see how Mortal does in this matchup.
All right. David.
Ooh, and some big shots coming out.
Let me see David here in the silver trunks, right?
Yeah. And I don't know if it's just me. Do you feel like David's got a really big head?
Yeah.
Like, look at them next to each other, right? This man's got a giant, like, just pumpkin for a target.
Let's see if that makes Mortal's life any easier.
Can't miss. Not looking like it yet. Mortal getting caught by a pretty strong counter there. And he's being very particular with his, like, he's got that hitman guard there, trying to rock the Philly shell. David not really worried, got the hands down, and is really looking for counters, even despite being the big man.
True enough. And, it's very interesting now. I think, has Mortal fought anyone this gargantuan before?
No, I think this is his first match we've seen him really go up in size. David's starting to take some shots, but got to be careful about the anti-spam. Mortal turtling up and doing a good job mitigating most of that damage. And both fighters taking really slow, not slow, but quick individual shots and really trying to place them, and then just kind of hitting the gas on these particular moments where they feel like they got it open. Crowd is loving it. I like the moves by David.
Big
trying
right
to get fancy
by Mortal. Good job, sir.
Yeah. Mortal not falling for the dance moves. Powers through with that overhand. And I'm seeing for defense, he really likes to turtle up and kind of go into a crouch. Got to be careful. Don't want to do a full turtle crouching style. That is not really fair gameplay. There is just no way to hit you and do damage at this point.
You talking about Mortal?
Yeah. I think he's staying up high enough, but he's I just want to warn it.
We'll keep an eye on it. I think Mortal's practicing some fair play right about now. When I call it out, like, you see how Mortal's getting down low. He's already the shorter fighter, so it's a little bit difficult. It's a little different than when someone's truly turtling. You see them; it's almost as if they bend completely over. It's kind of surreal, and you can definitely tell, like, okay, you're cowering at this point, dude. Chill out, stand up a little bit. You choose a different, right? Choose a different one.
Couldn't agree more. But so far, I think that fight pretty even in the beginning. Both fighters really exchanging a lot of punches in terms of volume and getting that, the significant crowd reaction and ugly face shots. So, not sure who I would put ahead in that. Possibly David.
I got Mortal in that first round.
Well.
I got Mortal in the first round, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he looked to be the more landing the more significant blows, and he mitigated a lot as well. So I started with round number 2. Let's see what's going on here. Mortal in the purple trunks. David, unironically, the bigger fighter, being the Goliath in the room with those silver trunks and that bleach blonde hair.
Yeah, it's quite the look. It's very stark. And I love this, again, I always love to comment the styles of the fighters. Even with the limited selection, you got some really iconic looks, and this is one of them. Not to throw any shade on Mortal, though. I love the purple, regal, royal, and it looks good with the red gloves.
It's real classy, bro. Keeping it classy with the red gloves, man, you can't miss. But also keeping the moves classy as well. David trying to find a little bit of work to do on Mortal, but as he is landing some of those shots, he is receiving a lot more devastating shots in return as Mortal tries to work his way in to the fighting area for some CQC against David.
Yeah, and that's a dangerous spot for David to be against the shorter fighter. He's got a shorter and clearer path with less likely to be interrupted by someone else's arms, and he's got to be careful. But Mortal getting caught with some big shots and getting rocked with the ugly face, but landing a beautiful shot to knock down the Goliath David.
David's got to be careful, man. When you got a shorter fighter and he's up in your face and up in your range, he's a dangerous man. Ooh, and Immortal is landing a lot of good shots on David, staying low. David not dropping levels, still trying to do some headhunting here, Solly, and it's going to cost him big time if he doesn't change up the tune. Swinging a little bit too much. She's got to be careful. The anti-spam may have been activated.
Yeah, but he's doing a pretty good job so far of trying to adjust and find Mortal. Not getting too overly aggressive, but yeah, I think Mortal just feeling really confident with his style after that knockdown and is feeling like he can just do the same the rest of the match and it will take him to victory. And, you know, if David can't make a serious adjustment and find a knockdown, he's going to be right.
Yeah. The anti-spam is probably going to affect two ways here on David. Number one, it's going to make his shots weaker. Number two, he's going to be more susceptible to damage. And Mortal is loading up on power punches, specifically aiming at those target zones, trying to work the uppercut to the solar plexus, looking for that left hook to the liver. And David, being the taller fighter, his body is so open, man. This is free lunch money punches right here. Mortal is knocking change out of David at lunchtime.
And I think this is just a textbook on how to fight a taller fighter, even if they have a lot of technical skill, right? Because he's opening shots to the body. He's not just like freely opening up his head and throwing two hands to the body, getting caught in the face, right? He's really using that in range, kind of getting his head down, getting into David's chest, and then just unleashing those hooks on the liver and on the solar plexus whenever he can get it.
Yeah, man. Solid uppercut work on the inside. I mean, tearing your man's up. It's going to be tough, and we've already seen a masterclass on as a taller fighter, the strategy you may want to be leaning towards, and it's not running into your opponent, it's stepping away from them and make them chase you. And I think once we start seeing an era where a lot more longer fighters start adopting that, the meta is not going to shift too significantly. But I swear, if they do, if they get together as a group and decide we will not step forward, only step backwards, you'll see a whole different type of problems coming in from the meta.
Couldn't agree more. All right, round 2 underway. Let's see how.
Oh, this round number 2?
Adjust.
I think I made a mistake. I thought this was 3. My bad.
No, sorry. This might be round 3. No, I think you're right. It is 3. All right, round 3, final round.
Big shots. This man's looking like Little Mac punching opponents here. Mortal is just digging in to the body and then surprising with these upper shots to the face, almost leaping up to try to touch David on the chin. And this is going to have problems for David. If you're a taller fighter and you're fighting someone like this, you got to drop that level, bend those knees ever so slightly, get on even terms with the shorter fighter, and then really maximize on that reach and not just stay in on the inside.
Yeah, he's got to make an adjustment because right now, Mortal is gotten rocked a few times, but he hasn't found the knockdown, and Mortal is doing a lot of damage, even if he's not always getting the ugly face. Because as you said, he's going to the body, so he's just racking it up and looking for that HP, HP health bar drain.
Ooh, and another knockdown, and down goes David.
Mortal feeling really good this match and probably has this in the bag. David in a just more truly David situation, feeling like a huge underdog now. What has he got left in the tank? Can he find the knockdown, and can he come back?
I'm going to find it very difficult for David to come back in this situation. Just seeing how the fight has been going so far, Mortal staying out of harm for the most part. David, leaning back on swinging just like this, and that is going to activate the anti-spam and a big Crashing right comes down. You hate to see it happen, but that is how this version do.
Absolutely. And that's the thing is, you got to be really careful. Even if you're down, you can't get desperate and you can't just start swinging recklessly.
Oh, like there.
Open goalie mode is not the way to go. Full TKO for
V4.
Mortal.
V4. That boy is out of there. That boy is out of there. Whew. Oh, we had that wrong. We had Mortal was in the blue corner, not the red corner. Had that a little bit wrong, but it's all good.
Sorry.
It's all good. We got good footage on that. I'm just gonna try to record these for the meantime. Let's go ahead and check on the official scores for this match. And again, Mortal coming away.
Yeah, that
very
first
good.
round.
Very good overall, bro.
Yeah, but very good overall. But first round actually being taken by his opponent.
Not bad.
9-10, and then 10-8, 10-6 in increasingly more devastating rounds. No knockdowns in the first, 1 and then 3 to finish round 3 before the bell even rings. And damage, very interesting. Look at this. Mortal consistently every round was out damaged.
That's very interesting.
It's about your pick. It's about your picks. It's not about throwing them hits. It's about your picks.
Well, I was about to say we gotta hear from the homies. All right, Mortal. What you got for us, bro?
Too many counters. He's just swinging. He's swinging like a bunch of grown adults. He's doing too much. So I defensed up, and he didn't. He just you can see there's too much offense, but he went down 4 times.
Yeah, especially in the last round, he started swinging the left rights a bunch of times. I'm like, nah, you don't want to do that. V4, bam, right to the temple. It looked like you were doing a lot of good work there to the body as well. A lot of uppercuts to the solar plexus. Looked like some left hooks to the liver. Body shots look like a big significant part of really like annoying your opponent into making mistakes. Was that intentional on your part?
I wanted to change it up a little bit. I don't throw too much uppercuts, and I don't see too many uppercuts being thrown. It's Hook City.
Hook City, baby.
So I was like, I want to go to the body with some uppercuts. I want that inside game, but not just hooks.
It looked pretty good and looked pretty effective, especially against a taller fighter. And it really, I think it annoyed him to the point where he got his hands to drop just a little bit. And every time they did, I just saw you jump up like Little Mac with the super punch to the face.